What's going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Adam Raw. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, it's been a while since I did a video for you guys. Actually, I did one a couple of days ago, right? But before that, I had took a break, right? So today, of course, there's quite a few things that I need to, make sure is known or whatever, right? So there is several things that's going on at one time today, right? There's this ascension that's going on. Hold on, let me turn this off right quick. There's this, okay, now you can hear me, I guess, a little bit better. So there's this ascension energy that's going on. It's pretty much like our graduation, right? For some of us, we are going to the next level. Some of us are leaving the cycle, and some of us are just coming into the cycle. If you know anything about astrological intelligence or any way, shape, or form, you know that there's decans of everything, right? With these decans, there are basically 3 aspects to every zodiac sign, okay? However you want to delve it up. Now, if you want to do Mercury, for example, there's 3 different types of Sagittarians. There are the Sagittarians that have Scorpio influence, the ones with Sagittarius influence, and then ones with Capricorn influence. And then you have to accommodate for the retrogrades too, so that's 6 total. Each zodiac sign has some form of 6 connected to it, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So today, the energy has to do more with a love letter that God has sent to you personally. I'm gonna have to I don't have my Bible with me though. I got the pictures and stuff of the message, but I have to I got the pictures of the message, but I wish I had 2, you know what I'm saying? Wish I had 2. Look into the smoke, just look into it. Thank you. So yeah, so there's a love letter that God has in store for you, okay? For those of you who are ascending, this is your graduation class. So from here, basically what happens is, after we ascended so far, using the spell work, of course, because you have to use resistance in order to get to the higher realms. You need some form of resistance, okay? Now, as we are ascending, there are different ascending classes. Everybody's going to the next phase, okay? So if anything, you want to think about the Samsara wheel, okay? Where everything starts, like, where it's like there's quote unquote different heavens, essentially, right? But I call them dimensions. So what happens is, once you get to a certain dimension, just before you acquire all of your power, you have to go through this dimension where you are in the realm of demigods. In the realm of the demigods, what happens is everybody is fighting everybody for power. The lower vibrations are fighting lower vibrations, higher are fighting higher, higher are fighting lower, and lower are fighting higher. If that makes any sense, it's like a big war of angels and demons. Only there in some cases is homogenous, where you have angels fighting angels and demons fighting demons, right? But essentially everybody is trying to collect different shards of light so that they can ascend into the God realm. In the God realm, what happens is your manifestations comes quicker. Everything just flows differently. You're in tune with with 5 elements, I believe. You're in tune with the cosmos, which would be heaven. You're in tune with the spirit. You're in tune with the earth, you're in tune with mankind, and you're in tune with the underrealm. You're in tune with all these energies that are interconnected, just like the chakra sensor, only it's 5, right? Ooh, this is really burning. But that's what happened when you enter into the God realms, right? I'm not saying that you will be God. I'm just saying you have access to, you unlock a DNA code, light code, that allows you to tap into your manifestation energy. Well, guess what? with the love letter that I'm going to send you, I'm going to tell you after, of course, I give you the reading today. Okay. So in today's reading, I looked into the smoke today. I did whatever you call it, smoke gazing or whatever, right? When I was looking to the smoke gaze, there was multiple aspects of spiritual warfare that was going on. First, somebody kept trying to send trickster spirits towards you, but every time they sent it, it was killed, almost on sight. There's Brujahs and Brujos who are using black dogs and stuff like that. Hang on. They're using like black dogs and stuff like that to send spiritual work and stuff like that out. Hang on, I need to turn this here on. I must got a lot of energy that's going on at once right now, which is okay, because it doesn't bother me so much. So anyway, so what ended up happening was there was some witches and warlocks who had this connection to black dogs, right? Whatever black dogs mean to you is what is most important. I'm just here to give you the message. These black dogs were sent to bring spell work into your life, but each time they send the spell work through the dogs, they either cur up, you know, everybody knows what a cur is, or they are killed on sight. They get sick, they die. So somebody keep losing there's people who keep losing familiars. There's trickster spirits that are returning without accomplishment. There are trickster spirits that are dying. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the visual, or the face, essentially, of the trickster spirit that was sent, that I saw in the smoke. Okay. 1 second here. Let me find some. I need like some paper or something like that. Hang on. I don't never be prepared. No, I don't need to claim that in my life. Jesus. All right. You know what I like about this channel? Is even though I have haters, whenever I decide to speak, they shut the fuck up and listen. That's true power. I don't care what nobody tell you. So this thing, it had a round head like this. Like it had like a really round head. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I know this don't do no justice, but the spirit looks something like this. I know y'all thought I was gonna draw something like all fancy and shit, but no. Yeah, he looked like that. He looked like Nosferatu, right? If anybody know who Nosferatu is, you should look him up on YouTube. I mean on Google. Google him, Nosferatu, right? So anyway, there's this Nosferatu energy that was sent towards you. It's a monitoring spirit, I'm guessing, but it's a really short, fat, ugly spirit, right? And when I saw it, it was peeking. I saw it looking at me. It was pulling like a veil back, like peeking and stuff, looking around a veil in order to report back what it sees. So you don't have to worry about that spirit so much. I was told to bring it to your attention, what it is. Just bring it to your attention. You'll know how to handle it. You'll know what to do, how to get rid of it or whatever. At first I wasn't gonna do any readings today, but I was called to do one because it's time that I step into my purpose of teaching spiritual philosophies, essentially. And basically with these spiritual philosophies, it's your job to create your own defense systems, your own defense mechanisms, okay? Cleaning your energy, cleansing your energy, your own spiritual defenses, spiritual attacks, whatever it is that's necessary, you know what I'm saying? And this is solely for those who are in the light, not those who are operating black magic or hosting through other people's energies or things like that. Because it's time for us to fight back. A lot, you know, me being a Christian, a lot of people think like, okay, Christianity is all praying to God, praying to Jesus, and, you know, leaving it like that. But not only did Elijah in the Bible pray to God, but he also worked with his staff. He worked with herbs. He worked with you know, salt. You know what I'm saying? Not only did Moses pray or do what God told him to do, but he was taught in the mountains. And when he came down, he became a luminary being. That's why they had to cover his face. He was leaking radiation from being in God's presence. What does radiation come from? It's from exposure to light, or radioactive light. You see what I'm saying? High vibrational light is what causes you to glow. You see what I'm saying? If you don't believe me, if you ever get a chance, look at Futurama. If you ever checked out that cartoon, it's a cartoon called Futurama, and look at the one where they go to the Slurm factory. I think, was it the Slurm factory? No, it wasn't the Slurm factory. It was when they got the pop machine, when they got the Slurm soda machine. And what happened was Fry kept drinking the soda from it, and he started changing colors and stuff like that. That happens also with your ascension, because we are all like plants. So essentially that's what we are, organic life, like plants. You know what I'm saying? So us being like plants, what happened is what we consume is what we become. A plant that is in acidic soil becomes acidic. Look at potatoes, right? A plant that's in alkaline soil becomes alkaline. So Mr. Sebi, he was partially right. However, had he changed the pH balance in the soil, he could take any food he want and transmute it into an alkaline food. You see what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So yeah, anyway, long story short, with us being like plants and things like that, that's what I'm going to focus and base, you know, all of this around. Because I know there may be dark workers and stuff like that are going to come in and try to steal, you know, take the information and try to use it against each other. But trust me, I have mechanisms in place to protect from that. So just like the Book of Shadows that they're working out of right now, that's cursed by the original author, even though they just bounded that book. So anyway, this is what we're going to do here. God has a love letter for you, but first I'm going to see what other message does he have for you, okay? So let's see what message he has first. I need to zoom out a little bit. Here we go. I don't give any spirit, entity, or energy consent to come through this video, to use this video in any way, shape, or form to latch yourself onto me, my collective, or anyone who comes just for, you know, the video. May you be returned back to the altar from which you came. By the grace of God, may you go in the same light that you came from. I just had to throw that in there. Okay. So we're going to do this in phases. Oh, the overall energy here has to do with the King of Swords out here. So this has to be about, you know, using your wisdom to its fullest extent. God has given you a certain wisdom. You were given a certain mission, wisdom, or whatever. Now, God doesn't give all his wisdom to one person, okay? It's all about the purpose that you came for and what you chose to excel at. So let's say it's just like a RPG game, and you know how everybody has a class, right? You got an archer. The archer's wisdom is not in swinging the blade or what kind of oar to use for, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. Or using oars may not be in his skill class unless he's going to develop a bow for me, right? However, he might excel at tree work. He might excel at knowing trees, insects, because it matters what kind of insects are inside that wood that he chooses to build his bow out of. He might excel at the environment and knowing which environment or which area tempers what kind of wood and what it excels at, its bendability, how strong it will be. You see what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So at this point, we're going to go through and we're going to look at the 9 choirs, the 9 classes that God has ordained. So the wisdom that God has in store And look at this here. Well, there's something I want you to see. You see this right here? That is not only your DNA. That is not only your ancestral energy with the ancestral tree right there. It's not just that, not just ancestral wisdom, but it's actually tapping into your DNA beyond your ancestry line. You see, that's why you have the Holy Spirit right here around your neck. With the King of Swords, there's, okay, in this deck, you have four people, right? You have the Page, you have the Knight, you have the Queen, and you have the King, right? The King, he developed his plan, and he goes off experience. Everything that the King does is based off of experience, his wisdom and experience, okay? Everything that the Queen does is based off of her intuition. It's all creative thought. A Queen of Swords would be like creative thought. The Knight of Swords would be like cognitive thought. It would be like a solid thoughts. Basically, it's kind of like if you were in arithmetic and the Knight aspect would be you learning algebra. You see what I'm saying? You're taking what you learned, the concrete concepts that you learned from the previous arithmetic, and you're using that to come up with a plan. So you're thinking inside of a box. And then you have the Page of Swords, in which your creativity, your thoughts, and basically all your thought processes, the things you think and you say, are going to originate from inexperience and just going off of what you see. It's superficial. You see what I'm saying? So this right here is asking you to tap into your wisdom and your power based off of experience. All the previous spell works, all the previous retrogrades, tap into that retrograde energy now. Everything that you were forced to do during retrograde is what you should be doing now to carry it out for the rest of the year, because retrograde is going to come back around. But if you take the time now to practice and do what that retrograde energy is telling you to do, or applying your wisdom, or going for your purpose and stuff according to that, then guess what? You won't have anything to have, any problems. So right now we have the Empress out here. We have the next class, which is the Nine of Swords. We got the next class, was the Ten of Swords in reverse. And these are all gradients. You got the Strength card here. You got the Two of Swords here. You got the Four of Wands in reverse here. You got the Three of Wands in reverse. You got the Ace of Pentacles here. And you also have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here. So this is the entire overlook of the whole spiritual warfare. That's what's going on. There are 4 different echoes, 4 different classes. 9 different classes, 9 different bubbles of what's going on. Okay? There's 9 different bubbles. So let's say if we took a collective of everybody that's going through spiritual warfare, we break them down into these 9 groups. And one of these 9 groups is going to correlate to what you're dealing with right now. And then there's going to be an advice on how to get through or deal with this. Right now, we have one group that is in power right now. This is the Empress group. Basically, you're here and you're being creative. You're following your heart, and you are self-sufficient. You got your own thing going. You're minding your own business. Things are fruitful. Things are abundant. You got your protection. Your crown is full of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got the 12 tribes of Judah protecting your crown. There's portals behind you. And those portals is a doorway. You are a gatekeeper. You are keeping a gate that has access to the 12 tribes of Judah right now. Okay? So as the gatekeeper, there are still, there's still like... I'm gonna put this off to the side because that's overall energy. There's still some stuff that you need to learn or you need to apply at this time. So basically, I'm just gonna pull one card to clarify for my Empress energies. You'll know if you're the Empress. If you in denial about it, then you go get the wrong advice and it's gonna fuck you up. I don't care what you do. Do whatever you want. I'm not gonna make you take anything. Okay, so you got the Knight of Swords out here in reverse. Okay, so basically, you are on the right track. You're following the energy like you're supposed to. Something didn't go according to plan, but don't worry about that. It's time for you to find a way to be creative about when your plans don't go according to plan. You know what I'm saying? It's time to be open up that creative energy. You know what I'm saying? You're abundant with creativity. Don't worry about it. Everything isn't supposed to go on, go according to the way that you expect or want it to go. Sometimes it's like that, right? So whatever it is that you're planning, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're building, whatever this detour is, don't worry about it. It's testing your creative ability. You have to see it in a different point of view. It's not a no, it's not a delay, it's not always a spiritual war. Sometimes it's just the universe asking you, are you sure this is what you want? Because the universe knows where it'll take you versus where you're supposed to be going. And then sometimes you can have, even though the universe may say no or whatever, you can have it if you know a creative way to go about getting it and including it into your purpose. Okay? Now, the next realm here is the Nine of Swords. So there is an aspect of those who are going through spiritual warfare, who are unable to get rest, who are having trouble sleeping, also having a lot of mental problems, a lot of mental anguish and stuff like that. This is mental warfare. So there is a class that is going through mental warfare, okay? So let's clarify this. Let's see what this mental warfare has to do. This is my High Priest card, okay? This High Priest card is a conflicting energy with the Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords with the High Priest versus the High Priestess, she taps into the cosmos of all things, the cosmic mother, the womb of all things. She taps into the things that are contained into the world, the spiritual world. She taps into everything that has a limit. Everything that is limited, she taps into. She understands its secret. She draws and she creates from the womb of the cosmos. But the High Priest, he takes his energetic force and he forces his will onto the universe. It's kind of like the difference between an egg and a sperm. The egg is only the body. It enwombs the sperm. The womb, the universe right now is your womb, right? It's a womb for you. Once you get past this Nine of Swords energy, it's just a womb. Whatever you program into this womb is what's going to be the outcome with this High Priest energy here. It's time for you to inseminate the world with what you want or what you desire the most. All this Nine of Swords energy of, not feeling this way or not feeling that. This is why they want you to feel like this. This is why the spiritual work is designed to attack you in this manner. Because you are supposed to be inseminating in the world. Just like this Empress energy, she is a cosmic mother. She's a womb. She's giving birth to things, right? And of course, my hands are ashy as F, right? But the High Priest, he's exerting his will onto the world. So if you want to come out of this Nine of Swords energy, it's time for you to take hold, take responsibility for what you're responsible for. Take responsibility for it. If you're not responsible for it, don't take responsibility for it. That ain't yours. That ain't yours. You don't have to be a denial about it. If it ain't yours, it just ain't yours. If it's truly yours, it'll come back and then stick to you. Now, everything that's sticking to you, whatever, and you call yourself in denial about, it'll come back out. It'll come out. But the things that you have control over, you might as well work on it. You might as well fix it. If you can't control it, then why the fuck are you worried about it? You ain't got no control over that shit. You need to be creating at this point. It's time for you to inseminate the world with this creative energy. You see what I'm saying? If you got too many eggs out here with no insemination, there's not gonna be any birth. So whatever dark place that you're in, it's time for you to come out. It's time for you to come out of Lodabar. There could be somebody who's doing dark work against you. There could be somebody who's trying to exert their energy onto you to make you feel like it's your energy. But you have to come to the realization that it's not your energy. And if you ever need to clear that energy, just look in the mirror. Once that energy tells you something about yourself, you look in the mirror and you say, you know what? You're right. That energy is going to dissipate, and then you go on to create whatever the fuck you need to create. It's time to get down with the get down. Right? Good. Got it? Good. Great. Next, you got the Ten of Swords out here in reverse. This Ten of Swords in reverse has to do with somebody who is resurrecting. Somebody is resurrecting from being betrayed by many people at one time, okay? There's multiple energies here of this resurrection energy here. Now, with this resurrection energy, it doesn't always have to be somebody who betrayed them. Sometimes it's just the way that we change our beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we might believe in something for so long that it makes, we try to stick to it, and us sticking to this belief is what weighs us down, because we are caught in a world, we incarnate ourselves into a world where this belief must exist. Like, if I believe I must love, that God wants us to love all my enemies, that belief will stifle out your energy, because you'll go above and beyond to love your enemies regardless of what they do. However, God also loved the warrior class, hence David and Jehu, as the ghetto nun would say, Jehu. And you know, there's always a warrior class that comes in, that God loves the warrior class. That not once has God chosen somebody who was not a warrior. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ was a warrior. He was a warrior for the faith. The 12 disciples were warriors. They dealt with things that ordinarily people wouldn't have to deal with. Who was the meekest person that you can think of in the Bible? Let me think. I can't think of too many people that were really meek. Everybody was a warrior. Whether there was a physical warrior like David, a spiritual warrior like Jesus Christ, a mental warrior like Elisha and Isaiah, or a emotional warrior like Daniel and Joseph. Either way, God has his arraignment of warriors. With this 10 of swords in the upright, there's the death of a belief system, or something that you believe that you need to let go of. That's the grip that your enemies need in order to wield a sword against you. That's the grip that the enemies need to grip the blade, the sword that they use against you. When you release whatever this belief is, and you allow the truth to come, you don't even need to know the actual truth. Just put it out there. Whatever the truth is about this belief, it'll come to me, and I'll be able to decide whatever the decision is on my own. And that's what it's going to be. Now, let's see what else we got here. Clarify that. Yeah, you got the 4 of Pentacles here. This is holding on to something. They're holding on to that belief, like I was telling you. Holding on to something. Holding on to a concept, a belief. Holding on. It's just holding on. It's hoarding. It's a hoarding energy. Either you're hoarding belief systems, or you're just hoarding something that doesn't serve you, that it's time for you to let go. If you want to free yourself, you have to let this go. Whatever it is. And you have to allow for it to come in. Everything in life is like a jar. Okay? For those of you who know spiritual work, everything in life is like a jar. And it's all about what you fill it up. If you like your body, imagine your body being like a jar. If you fill your body up with things that hurt you, that make you hate others, that make you deceptive and all this other stuff, that's what you become. If you hoard bad foods in your body becomes what you consume. That's what Dr. Sebi was talking about. If you consume mucus, you become mucus, and what grows in mucus is cancer, right? If you consume false doctrines, what happens? You become those false doctrines. You live your life according to it, and you are subjected to it. I had always told you guys, you know, especially in the previous videos, that spirits are communal. But this is a different way of expressing how the communality works. When you are around certain people, whatever you hang around is what you become. We learned this from salt. For those of you who use salt, salt does what? Absorbs energy. So do we. We are like plant life. We are organic life. We absorb energy. That's a part of our job. That's part of our law. Absorbing energy. Whether we want to do it or not. Right? But you got to know when to let that energy go. You got to know when to open up that jar. You're going to need to know when to release that energy. You need to know when to release it. You know, sometimes you don't even need to know how to do it all the time. If you do it wrong, you know, if you release some energy and you do it wrong, don't worry about it. It's a learning exam. It's a learning curve for you to learn how to do it right the next time. But you don't do it in the same way. You see what I'm saying? There's the hoarding of a belief. Hoarding of beliefs that needs to be released. Somebody is holding on to a belief system that does not serve them. And it's time to release that and let it go. Next, we got the strength card out here. So somebody is in their prime. Somebody is in that divine masculine energy. Somebody is building like crazy. Somebody is powering through this some kind of energy. The cosmos is shedding all kind of light. Whoever this person is, whoever this person is, they are in tune with earth, air, fire, water, the cosmos, the spirits, the elements, everything you could think of. This person is in balance, harmony with it, and has some sort of authority over it. And the reason why this lion is looking up to it is because of how gentle this person is with these elements. This person doesn't just say, hey God, I need you to kill this person. No, this person say, hey God, if it, I come to you in the humblest way I see possible. This person humbles it's whoever this person is, they're humbling themselves before the energies they call upon. They're humbling themselves before the energy. Even if they are stronger than that energy, they are humbling themselves before the energies that they call upon. And look at this. You got 1, 2, 3. You got 7 energies that are trying to work with this person right now. With the infinite symbol right there. That infinite symbol is symbolic to the rhythm of life. The rhythm of life is in that circle. Now, we see this in arithmetic when you take you take 9 dots and put them in a circle, right? And I forgot what it's called, but what it is like when you go to the first dot, you double that, you multiply that by 2, and it takes you to the number 2. Then when you go to the second dot, you multiply that by 2, and you get 4. So from that 4, you double that up, and you get 8, which is over here. And then that 8, when you double that up, you get 16. But 1 plus 6 is 7, so you go back down here to 7. 7 times 2, or 7 plus 7, either way, it is 14. So 1 plus 4 is what? 5. So you're going to come down here, right? And then 5 plus 5 is what? 10. 10 is 1 plus 0. So you go back to the 1. So you go 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. That's your infinite circle, right? That's your infinity sign. That's what the infinity sign represents. It represents being inside the cycle, being inside the earth. Because once you transcend, you got the 3 here, you got the 6 here, and you got the 9 at the top that are untouched. But 3 times 2 is going to give you the 6. 6 times 2 is going to give you 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So you got that 3 and that 2 that's going to keep oscillating, going back and forth here, right? And then that 9 plus itself in any way, shape, or form is always going to be 9. That's the output. So essentially what I'm saying is, with this right here, this person is in balance with those 6 energies that I was talking about. The 1, the 2, the 4, the 8, the 7, and the 5. They're in balance with that energy. Because although the energy outside of us is, very powerful and strong as well, but what happens is, when you're inside the time, inside time, it's like what we call it the matrix. Inside the matrix, if you had to see it visually or as a number or something like that, it would be what I just said. It would be 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, and it would keep going like that, because you're always oscillating from the 3 to the 6. Now, the 3 side on this side, which is 1, 2, 4, that could be negative energy, right? This is the peak of the negative energy. This is the balance in negative energy, and this is the negative energy as it absorbs more positive energy. Which once it gets over to this side, it like changes. Like say on this side, it would be an electron, but over here, once the energy get over here, it's a proton now, because it has a positive charge, a negative charge, and then a positive charge. The positive charge would be like 8, 7, 5, and then once it crosses back over, it releases its energy. When it releases its energy, it shifts that 9. The 9 is what shifts. You see what I'm saying? It releases energy out of that 9. You'll see this kind of, okay, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but you'll see the 369 method with Tesla, right? With Tesla. And basically it has to do with magneticism, okay? I'll go into that. But anyway, this person is magnetically charged with the universe. Whatever force this person is willing to work with or wanting to work with, this person is in balance with it. And it's like they're a master, because you see those roses at the bottom? They're growing things, just tapping into different energies knowing how it works and just growing stuff off of that, then going to the next thing, humbling themselves before that next energy, balancing what they just created with something else new, and they're just creating and creating. It's a beautiful light. And now the most robust forces in the universe are so in tune and in love with this person, they want to work with them. So if this is your archetype, the universe is waiting to work with you. What energy do we have? We have the Seven of Cups. You just got to know what you want, what you want to create. See what I'm saying? You could create anything you wish. You could have anything you wish by tapping into all 7 of these different energies. There, so far, I'm just going to say it's 7 because remember on her neck, she had those 7 pendants. Look, you got 7 here too. Whatever you choose to work with is not wrong. It's not wrong, not for you, because of the way that you humble yourself before the energy or the spirit that you choose to work with. They like that. They hate when people come in arrogantly knowing what to do, thinking that they know everything or they know what to do or how to manipulate them. They hate that. Next, we have this Two of Swords energy here. This is somebody who is confused about they are confused about their journey in some way, shape, or form. Now, with these ribbons down here, the first thing I was drawn to these ribbons has to do with their spiritual life force. It has to do with the intertwining of masculine and feminine energies. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. One person, it's like it's going back and forth, zigzagging. It shouldn't be zigzagging. It should be curving, like going in and out and in and out. But this one is going like this. It's oscillating. That oscillation is causing confusion here. You see what I'm saying? And look at the top of this person's head. You see those gems and jewels and stuff like that? Those gems and jewels are charged with different energies. This person's, it's like different parts of their brain is charged with different energies, and it's discharging it all over the place, right? Which is causing this them not to see what their intuition is trying to expose to them. So they have 2 swords. They're very defensive about 2 concepts of 2 swords and two things at one time. So with the red robe that draws me in the most is the red robe. That red robe is the same robe that the emperor wears, that the empresses wear, that people who have authority and power generally wear. That red, right, it has to do with personal power. The longer you stay mentally stuck, the longer you stay in this energy, the longer it's gonna cut your energy, your power in half is what it is. Whatever this is designed to cut your power in half. So we have some archetypes that are dealing with the halving of power. So if you are in this confusion energy and your energy is being cut in half for whatever reason, the best bet is to learn how to use a small amount of energy to get the biggest results. You see what I'm saying? That's what the goal is right now. Use a small amount of energy to get the big results until you resolve this situation, whatever it is. Yeah, look at this. You got the 6 of Swords. You have to walk away from something. You're going to have to walk away eventually. But until then, it's based off of how you use your power. For those of you who are Dragon Ball Z fans, I know you guys saw Dragon Ball Super when Goku learned the truth behind the Kai, the key energy, when he was fighting against Cauliflower, right? For those of you who are Dragon Ball Z fans, what happened was in the middle of the fight, he noticed that when he uses his power, it had the ability to, depending on how he attunes that energy, it had the power to divert the energy that was coming towards him. So he was like, oh, okay. So that's how it worked. It's not just them shooting power beams at each other, because at first, for the longest in the series, they were shooting power beams at each other to try to overpower each other. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to overpower each other. But then he realized, if I use if I don't go so hard, if I reserve my energy and use it gently, what happens is my energy, when the opposing force comes against my energy will have a rotation on it where it'll roll across that energy. Where do we see that? Water. He made his energy like water. So when the girl shot the beam at him, he skated across her beam using his energy to get closer to her, and then he shot her in the face with the beam. and knocked her off. You see what I'm saying? That's one aspect or one perspective of how to use your energy at this time. The other aspect here is that you're just going to have to take a leap of faith and walk away from as a human being, we don't like to feel like we missed out on something, or that we lost something, or that feeling of loss, that feeling of failing and things like that. But that's what life is all about. Life is a system of failures. Sometimes we have to fail our way to the top, because that's what it's called, experience. But when we give up, that's when, well, I'll put it like this. When we give up, when we try and give up, it's called what? Failing. You fail. But it's not a failure if you learn, if you take what you learn and you apply it. You know what I'm saying? If you take what you learn and you add it to your experience and build off your experience. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to take an L in order to learn. Sometimes life will throw you a situation where neither path is right. Life is going to throw you curves where both paths or all paths involved are right, where none of the paths are right at all. Certain paths are right, or just one path is right, or just one path is wrong. But if you stay true to yourself, or if you say whatever your purpose is, or whatever you choose, whatever you want the outcome in your life to be, that's the path that you go down. And whatever the other one is, you're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to let something go. There's something that you're holding on mentally that you need to let go. If you don't let this go, it's going to take you to territory where you won't be able to get back from. It's going to keep you trapped. It's going to keep you stuck, right? Next archetype, we got the four wands in reverse here. So with the four wands in reverse here, this is for those who are going through, they're in the hallways of the spiritual realm. You're in the hallway of the spiritual realm where, let's say if you have a child, right? And your child walk up to you with 2 cookies in their hand, right? One in each hand. And they say, Mom, I want a sandwich, right? And you're going to be like, okay, or Dad, I want a sandwich. You're going to make this kid a sandwich, but you can't give the kid the sandwich until what? You let one of the cookies go. But that cookie is good. That's probably the best cookie you ever had, though. You see what I'm saying? Same situation here. You're in a situation where this loss is a setup for something greater. Somebody could have been spiritually attacking you to cause you to lose something, but in your loss, there will be blessings and greatness and increase. Archangel Barachiel is around you right now, and he's with you. Barachiel is this angel of blessings and anointings. Whatever this blessing or anointing is, it's going to flow effortlessly. It's going to flow right into your life. Let's see here. You got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Whoever this Queen of Wands is that was sending this out to you, this person is going to be taking whatever it was that they sent out back to you. They're going to get it back. So if they sent out to you that, you know, loss, or for you to lose something, or whatever it may be, or they abused their power against you, it's like they're losing a familiar as well. This is another life that's getting ready to lose. This person could work with cats, or this person could have a cat familiar some kind of way, or they could have even just been using a sunflower or some sort for their spell work recently with this this necklace that they use for root work, and then they use some kind of wand to try to transmute energy, take crown magic, play off your top, take your crown energy and try to transmute it into wealth and health and stuff like that. And then they try to bind other people's life force energies to their wand. Yeah, somebody tried to bind life force energies to their wand. Look at that. Somebody is just radiating other people's root energy. Whoever it is that was working against you in that matter, they are getting ready to experience what was. They're basically. This person tried to bind themselves to, or they tried to do some kind of root work to tie like a soul ribbon to you or some sort, right? And when they did that soul ribbon, you went into a dimension or a portal that would have caused you to lose, let's say, a house or whatever, right? But you're making it on the other side. Once you get on the other side, your energy, frequency, and vibration is going to be purged. Theirs isn't. Their energy, frequency, and vibration is too dense to get to the door. The door that's required for them to get the safety has a certain energy, frequency, and vibration that they cannot match, that they cannot imitate, because there's a guardian that's watching. Yeah. whoever this person is, they pretty much just killed themselves. They drove themselves into a prison. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, if they sacrificed the animal with this ram right here, or a goat or something like that, any kind of animal, there was a sacrifice. Because if you turn this into upright, this is like it's an animal. I want to say it's like a lion or something like that. Okay, that lion in reverse. Okay, so the lion in reverse means this person is losing strength. They're being, whatever they tried to do for you, everything that they wish for you is happening to this person. So if they were trying to drain off your finances, trying to drain off of you, trying to drain you and stuff like that, this person has walked into a dimension that they're going to be able to leave. They already tried to cloak themselves in like your sacral and your root chakra energy to walk in between realms. They are right now, their head, their crown, the energy around their crown is infused. It's supposed to be infused with your root chakra energy so that they'll know what you got coming in and what's keeping you stable and stuff like that. And this person didn't know that I know that. But I know all things about you. This is only the beginning of what I know about you. Yeah. So imagine somebody sticking their head up your ass in order to make sure that they can get in and out of your energy. Because essentially that's what this is. Somebody put their head up your ass just to try to stay in and out of your energy. So whatever it is, you finna go through this energy shift, because red energy is what? Red energy is not radioactive, it's microwave energy. It's like a microwave. It burns you up on the inside, right? You know, it's like a microwave, right? Now, the other energy that's higher vibration is like UV, right? Light energy, right? This microwave energy, this low energy that this person embedded into themselves, that they have been cloaking themselves in, it's very acidic to their spiritual body. And now they know why they have cancer or why they have all these spiritual ailments. It's the light that you're embedding yourself in. This person embedded themselves in a red ray of light. And embedding themselves in that red light, what it does, it lowers your vibrational energy to an acidic level, which does what? Cultivates mucus. It cultivates bacteria, viruses, funguses, things like that. If you don't believe me, go look it up. That's why Dr. Sebi was saying eat the alkaline energy, alkaline foods. It's too high vibrational for those spirits to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, by them having their head up your ass, guess what? What you eat is shitting on them. So all the bacteria that's in the colon, that's in the, like say if you did have like stomach bacteria, because we do have bacterias and biotics and stuff like that in our stomach, small intestines, large intestines and stuff, it's in this person's energy, because this person keep cloaking himself in your energy to try to be in your business. So any ailment that you get is gonna latch on to that person. It's gonna stick to that person, because they're stuck in the root work that they did. You don't have to believe me. My work speaks for itself. You got the Three of Wands out here, right, in reverse. So this is for the archetype that has been planning something. You guys have been working on something or planning something, and it looked like you hit like a snag or something like that. So I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna pull cards to help you get out of this rut, whatever this is. Because apparently you were planning something, and it could very well have been overseas. Maybe you could have been starting a business overseas, or you could be trying to. You're waiting on some kind of communication from overseas or something like that. It has to do with like a business or something. It could be like land. It could be almost anything. This has to do with foreigners. You are planning to do some kind of work with foreigners or trade with foreigners some kind of way. Well, let's see what's holding this up right now. Yeah, the Chariot in reverse. Yeah, like I said, something is on hold right now. It's something that's being held up. I'm gonna pull one more. And you got the Eight of Swords out here. Somebody, it's like whatever that delay is, whatever was holding you back, it expired its time. It expired its time. You know what I'm saying? Everything is getting ready to move forward again. You're in the beginning phases of things unthawing in your life, whatever it is. So if you were into like foreign trade, foreign policy, or something with foreigners or something like that, and I'm not talking about spillware, I'm talking about money. I'm talking about what big kids talk about. What grown motherfuckers are talking about, you know. So yeah, whatever it was that had this person indecisive about moving forward with you or working with you and stuff like that, this person has finally come out of that energy. They made a decision. Whoever this person is, they made a decision here. And you got the Chariot in reverse. So with the Chariot in reverse, that isn't necessarily like everything stopping. It's more like God's protection. You know what I'm saying? It's like rejection is your protection. So this whole time why it wasn't working out was for your protection. You're being protected from something here. And whatever it is, it has something to do with the decision that had to be made. Okay? So once this decision has been made, it once this decision had been made, it protected you from something. Let's see what that is. Yeah, Page of Wands out here. It was a new project, some kind of new project that you were working on. Maybe somebody that you were working with was immature, or they were going to take premature action. They could have even been trying to steal your idea or something like that, and they were going to make a move on it prematurely, whatever it was. But I assure you that this person is not qualified for whatever they stole or whatever they took. You see this amulet here? This amulet is connected to the Mayan calendar. It's very powerful. It's a very powerful protective amulet, okay? But this kid doesn't know that. This kid just wears it and is just going around doing whatever they want to do. And you know what I'm saying? This has to do with inexperience. Remember I told you that, remember I had broke down about the King of Swords all the way back? This is somebody who takes action prematurely because they don't have the wisdom or the smarts to know the difference. And I'm not calling them stupid, but I'm just saying, like, whereas a Knight of Wands would at least be somebody who has some form of knowledge about what they're doing or where they're going, and they have like some kind of textbook or something, or some kind of guideline to follow, some kind of rule or law or something to lead them along the way, right? The Queen of Wands, that would be the energy of a creative force where you're following your you can put your rod down, your wand down. There's this witch who keep trying to raise her staff and her wand at me. I don't know why she keep doing that. I don't know why she keep doing that. It's not doing anything for you. Go ahead, cry about it. Anyway, the Queen of Wands has to do with she need to look in her refrigerator. She got molded food in her refrigerator. I just called to say that. It's some food in there that she started eating and she never finished. And she just keep going in there nibbling on it, but it's bad, and she won't admit that it's bad or that it tastes foul. But she keeps going in there eating. So yeah, she's eating bad food. Remember, that's her right here. This is her right here, matter of fact. Remember I told you about the bacteria and stuff? It got her eating molded food, old food. Old food. Either that or she's eating behind people right now. She's eating food behind people and stuff like that, right? I ain't just supposed to laugh at him. You gonna eat your cornbread? Oh man, that lady is funny. She is funny. Anyway, you got, like I said, you got the Queen of Wands who make decisions based off of intuition or what what their vibes and stuff. So tell them. And then you have those who, the King of Wands, who make this bold decisions based off of their actions, right? This is a person who makes bold decisions relying solely on luck. So whatever this is, this person is going to rely on luck or something like that, but you're being protected from this because it's going to fail. It's going to fail because you're not a part of it. It's not a part of your work. That's what's going to cause it to fail. It's not your energy. Even if they try to infuse your energy into it or try to include you in it to try to get hints and stuff on how you would do it so that they can run and go do it, it doesn't matter. It's not going to work because God said that if you are not a part of it, if it's not coming from your hands, if it's not coming from your mouth, if it's not coming from your heart, from your mind, from you in general, if it's not coming from you by way of free will, it's not going to succeed. Next, we got the next archetype. We have we got the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody is definitely out here getting paid. Somebody just cashed out on something massively. Somebody just did some kind of spiritual cleansing work. This give me the vibe of magnolias. We see that down south. Somebody could be in like Mississippi area, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas area. On the side of the road, they have these little magnolias and stuff like that. The magnolias, you can brew them up into a tea and take a bath in them and then cleanse your crown chakra. It purifies you in a sense, almost, But somebody just did like a spiritual bath or something, and it just cleansed it. It just opened up a floodgate for just this major opportunity coming in. The heavens themselves are opened up to give somebody an opportunity. Whoever you are, if you've been in this, you are one of the archetypes here. You're in a season of being blessed with overwhelming pentacles. It's not just this Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be a lot more than them. You got the Temperance out here. Yeah, see, unbalanced. That energy, normally with this Temperance here, we talk about being unbalanced. Whatever you were, however you were wrong, you're going to be righted with opportunities left and right, left and right, left and right. So if you have people doing all kind of attacks to try to rob you of opportunities and stuff like that, guess what? It ain't going to matter, because those opportunities are going to find other ways to find you. And I'm not saying getting complacent, but just do the best that you can do. Keep doing what you're doing and take advantage of these opportunities. Matter of fact, I pray that the Most High God open up your spiritual eyes to see the opportunities before you, regardless if your enemies see it or not, and navigate you to it in orthodox and unorthodox ways if necessary. Next, this is the last one. You got the Eight of Pentacles. So with the Eight of Pentacles here, this is an archetype that's not doing any kind of work. It's somebody who's like coasting through or just taking it easy right now. Somebody's just relaxing, taking time on work, and recharging their battery and stuff like that, taking a break from the spiritual warfare and stuff like that. And I dig it. I get that. This is definitely the time to do that. Yeah. For the longest, with that red hat on, you had nothing but money on your mind and your stability and stuff like that on your mind. But now you're just tired. It's not that you're tired. It's just a time for you to take a break. You know, you've been working really hard. It's time for you to, work smart. This is giving the vibe of somebody who's working smarter. You got the Ace of Swords here, and that's the truth. That's the truth. It's time for you to work smarter and not harder. All right. So that's all I got. The love letter that God has in store for you, after all the things that I put on here, basically this is what he had to say. He had to say that you walked through fire and he protected you. You walked through the oceans. Your enemies threw bottles and stuff, which you bottled your energy up, threw it into the ocean, and you emerged from the oceans. Your enemies tried to drown you in misery, and yet you learned how to swim. Your enemies tried to burn you and crucify you, and yet you rose up, you resurrected. You walked through the fire, you walked on the flame, barefooted. You went through a lot of things, and God said, because you have went through that in my name, I love you, and there's nothing that the enemy can do to make it where he is far from you. So always know that you are not far from God, and that God is never far from you. He is proud of you, and he's in love with you. He loves you, and he's in love with you, with your spirit, and he's really happy with the way that you've been handling things up to this point, because it is not easy and it is very difficult. Some of the stuff we went through, some of the stuff you went through, is probably stuff that happened in the Bible. These are old curses, old hexes, old vexes, but you came through, and you kept your heart when you did it, and that's what God loves about you the most. You didn't change up. There were some people who got hardship, lost everything, and they went to voodoo. There were some people who lost everything, they lit candles. There's people right now lighting candles on my name right now, and I honestly don't care. If lighting that candle make you a better person, then do it. If doing that altar work and that spell work make you a better person, then do it. Whatever it takes for you to be a better person than who you were yesterday, do that. I don't wish hate on you. I don't wish no ill will or nothing on you, because God has nothing but love for me, and God has nothing but love for you. I've been through enough. I fought my spiritual warfare. I've been up every night and all that other stuff. I've been through all that. I've been through the fire. I've been refined by fire. I live in the fire. And now I just laugh at the fire. But one thing I'm being guided to tell you is that, just like in, God was saying, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The weapons will form, of course. So fire magic, it might fire you. Water magic might water you. Earth magic might earth you. Spirit magic might spirit you. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to prevail against you. The fear itself is knowing that the work is coming. That's where most of the fear comes from. Knowing that it's being done on you. But God is saying, he's proud of you. And because you've done what he asked you to do, because you came through, Just leave everything to him. You don't have to, if you don't want to, you don't have to light another candle. If lighting candles how you clear, just keep your energy clear and clean. Clean your energy. If you're doing baths, spiritual baths, do your spiritual baths. If you're doing lighting candles to clear energy out, do that. If you got to do releasing letters, do that. If you, whatever you've been doing to keep your energy clear or to clear your energy, just keep doing it. Just, just do it. By now, it's like a routine now. We just do it without thinking about it now. I know, yeah, we just do it without thinking about it. Whether spiritual warfare happens or not, it's just part of life now, right? Yeah. And it's a beautiful part of life because it opened up so many doors, right? So that's all I got. That's a part of the love letter. The love letter comes from Isaiah 42nd chapter. And I'm going to get all the scriptures. I'm going to get everything wrote down. And I'm going to do a video with all of it in there. All right. So I love y'all all. Y'all take it easy. I close this door. I close this portal out. I don't give any energy, frequency, vibration, entity, hosts, children of the light, children of the dark that wants to come into my energy or bind themselves through this video or through my work or through my cards. I don't give you permission to be here. And I set in charge all the high watchers of the highest white light over every door, portal, and gateway to and from my energy, and every key that was designed to be over my energy. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, so I say it, so it shall be. I love y'all all. Y'all take it easy. Be at peace. Peace.